Hey yogis, I'm Nicole. Welcome back to My Yoga Time, and today we have our second class in the chakra series. So we're moving up to the Sacral Chakra, also known as Swadhisthana. So here is your orange spinning wheel located in the lower abdominal area, right near the hips there. The element that relates to the Sacral Chakra is the water element. And just like water, our emotions need to flow freely. So quite often I've heard that for women in particular, our hips can be our emotional saddlebags, where we on a cellular level tend to hold on to past experiences. Could be in particular shame or guilt relating to the sacral chakra, because here is our right to feel. We are energetically designed to enjoy life and have fun. This chakra is all about fun and enjoying life. It relates to our sensuality, our sexuality, creativity, and finances. So you might find as you practice more and more yoga, or certainly for the yoga teachers out there, whether it's yourself or you've witnessed it in others on the mat, sometimes we can become overwhelmed with emotions, and quite often it's the hip opening postures that will trigger that. So if that does happen to you at any stage, I encourage you just to be in that sensation, to breathe, to be in your body. And if emotions do arise, see if you can name those emotions, because they tend to lose their charge when we can name them. So if this center becomes blocked, it's because we're taking life too seriously. If we don't have a healthy relationship with money and with sex, then naturally we begin to have an aversion to these things. Maybe we're just bad with money altogether, or we're carrying a lot of guilt and shame in our bodies. We are energetically designed to enjoy life. So I encourage you to begin to take delight in the very small, everyday things. This will help you to open the sacral chakra and overcome any shame or guilt that you may be carrying. When this center is open, beautiful, precious things flow into your life with ease. Everyone deserves joy and delight. It's our birthright. So let's get started with today's practice. I do have 2 blocks, but you can certainly do this practice without those blocks. Now, given the location of the sacral chakra, we're going to be doing a lot of hip opening poses. So some of the postures might seem a little more intermediate, but I'll give you plenty of options along the way. We are going to start in our seated position, just a few breaths here, and I'll get you to take Dhyani mudra, left palm on top of the right, tips of the thumbs to meet, and it's as though you're creating a little bowl with your hands. So this is the mudra of contemplation. Sitting nice and tall, let's close the eyes down. Position the very tip of your tongue where the teeth meet the roof of the mouth. Begin to tone through the back of your throat for Ujjayi breath. As you inhale, let the breath descend from the crown to your base. And as you exhale, engaging Mula Bandha. Toning at your base, ladies lift pelvic floor. Relax this bandha when you inhale. Engage it when you exhale. Awareness to your sacral chakra. Maybe you can visualize your orange spinning wheel. And keeping the eyes closed now, let's move the hands to the knees and begin to make circles through the body. So some pelvic rocks here. Inhaling forwards and exhaling backwards. Be sure to change direction. And coming back to center, feel free to open those eyes. From here, we'll come over onto all fours, coming down onto your navel. taking a variation of your Sphinx pose, so propping yourself up on those forearms, and if there's no discomfort in the hips, just take your left leg out to the side, knee in line with the hip. So throughout this practice, breath awareness, of course, moving down to your sacral chakra. And let's change sides, bringing that left leg in, taking the right leg out. And let's release, bringing that right leg in. Before we push back to child's pose, if you do have those blocks, just bring them over to the top of the mat. And then when you're ready, as you push yourself up, be sure to round the back. Sink back into a wide-legged child's pose. So knees as wide as the mat, big toes touching. And let's inhale, coming back up. Returning to tabletop here, we'll tuck those toes under. Inhale into your back bend. Exhaling to round the spine. Let's do one more. But next time you're around the spine, we're going to push those hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. And step through into a lunge. Give that foot a lift up if it doesn't meet the mat with ease. And if you do have your blocks there, let's recruit those blocks, take them to the highest heights. So just starting to warm up here through the hip flexor in particular, through the hips front and back. Inhaling here. And then as you exhale, moving back into your pyramid pose. Inhaling forward, lift up that left knee if there's any discomfort there. And exhaling back. Try and drag that right heel back as you fold down. And then as you inhale into your lunge, try and pull that left knee forward. Well done. Let's do one more. Moving with Ujjayi breath. And then blocks to the side. High lunge, step it back into your downward facing dog. Make it a three-legged dog. Lift up that right leg, bending the knee, pointing the knee up to the ceiling, flexing that right foot. And straighten the leg, return to center. If your knees and hips permit, pigeon pose, right knee behind the right wrist. Lengthen that left leg behind you. Now, if this is not an option for your knee and hip, you're going to lean over to the right and bend both legs instead. So you'll create a right angle through the backs of both legs. Left thigh, right shin parallel to one another. If you're here, you're going to fold off a little to the right over that leg. If your back leg is straight for pigeon pose, you can fold straight down into the center. Feel free to use your block under your head or maybe support with your hands. And just notice if any tension has crept into the jaw. And when your mind wanders, come back to the breath, moving the body. Come back to your orange spinning wheel. And let's follow your next inhalation coming out of the pose. From here, lean over to your right. We're going to swing that left leg around. Brief moment in Dandasana. So both legs are straight here. Palms pressing down and sliding forward. Active through the legs here. Engage the quads, pull up the knees, hip flexors are fired up. A great posture to reset. Well done. Now let's bend this right knee. Cross the right leg over the left leg. Option 1, you'll stay here with that left leg straight. If your hips are tight, elevate them by sitting up on the block. We're creating a little bit of resistance here between the ankle and the outer left leg. Option 2, bend that left leg as well. So taking a twist over to your right, either holding the knee or hooking the elbow if you can, taking chin mudra, connecting index finger and thumbs. So as you inhale, the breath is descending from the crown to the base. And then pause, engaging Mula Bandha as you exhale. Well done, yogis. Let's return to the front. So from here, if it's available for you, just stack the right knee on top of the left. If your hips and knees don't permit here, then simply cross the legs, right leg in front, and of course, always the option to sit up on the block. So we'll take a little side bend here. Right hand down to the side, left arm up, little cactus arm there. Press down through both feet, inhale, and try to rotate heart a little towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, folding over. Feel free to look down. A little tractioning through this right palm, pressing down and away. Breathing into the outer hip. And let's come all the way up. Well done, yogis. Let's roll over those knees, come back to tabletop. Uncrossing those legs, curl the toes under, inhale. And exhale. Let's find our downward facing dog. Left leg up. Step through into your lunge, low lunge, back knee to the mat. Recruit your blocks. Inhale. And exhale, pyramid pose, taking those hips back. Inhaling forward, lifting up that knee if you need to during that transition. And let's do one more. And then stepping forward, high lunge, moving back into your three-legged dog. Left leg up and back, either keeping that leg straight or if you can, stack the left hip on top of the right. Flexing that left foot. And then you'll straighten the legs, square the hips, finding your pigeon pose. Left knee behind the wrist, or of course lean over to the left, bend both legs if you need to. And it's okay if you do one variation on one side, something different on the other, depending on your hips and knees. Left and right side of the body often tell a different story. Folding down when you're ready. Inhale to lift up. So once again, we're going to lean over to the left as we swing this right leg around, straightening both legs for a brief staff pose, Dandasana. Slightly tucking the chin and moving the neck back, active through those legs. And let's bend left leg now. Crossing left leg over the right, either staying there or if you can, bend the right knee as well. Keep pressing down through your left big toe knuckle. Keep a little resistance between the ankles. Hold on to that knee with the right hand or hook the elbow. Working with Mula Bandha as you exhale. And let's return to the front. Same as before, if you can, stack that left knee on top of the right. Otherwise, cross the legs, left leg in front. Let's take our side bend over to the left, left palm down, cactus arm through the right. Press down through the feet, rotate the heart towards the ceiling, and then lean over, looking down. Pressing down through your left palm. Cleansing breath into the outer hip. Well done, yogis. Let's come all the way up. So we'll uncross those legs. Feel free to swish the knees from side to side. And then when you're ready, coming down onto your back, heels pressing down, toes pointing up, roll down. When you touch down, take a hold of those knees and take the knees nice and wide towards the armpits. Feel free to rock side to side if that feels good. So here is option 1, yogis. If your knees and hips permit, happy baby pose, stack the ankles on top of the knees. Arms are on the insides of the legs. You can either pistol grip big toe or reach for the outside edges of the feet. Now, if you've got the feet there, a little bit of resistance between the feet and hands. Find a gentle push-pull. Maybe rock side to side if that feels good. And when you're ready, you can lower those feet down, coming into Shavasana. Tucking the shoulders under and letting the heart expand. Forehead softening as the eyes roll back. And as you drift into Shavasana, just taking a couple of mindful breaths into your orange spinning wheel. When you're ready, inhaling a little deeper. Feel free to swallow if the mouth is dry. Maybe rock the head from side to side. Or wiggle toes and fingers. Following any urges to move or stretch. Before rolling to your preferred side and pushing up to seated. Thank you, yogis, for practicing with me today. I hope that you enjoyed that practice. Please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, not just my channel, but any teacher that you watch on a regular basis. It's the best way to support free yoga on YouTube. Wishing you a lovely day.